Yes, next tool, right? After pen tool, there is a text tool, right? So I'll explain text tool after this one, direct selection tool. So because the tool has some important connection with a pen tool, right? I'll explain this direct selection tool. Okay, let's check. First, create anything with pen tool. Again, I'm using pen tool here. Suppose this is here, here, right? So these are what anchor points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anchor points, right? So if you want to move this whole path, we use path selection tool. The shortcut is A. Okay. If you want to use anchor point wise, as otherwise path wise, we use direct selection tool, right? Let us check first path selection tool, then we'll understand. So path selection tool A selects the whole path. Suppose with this tool you can select the whole path, not by individual points. There are anchor points are there. Even I am selecting the anchor point, but it is not selecting that particular point. It is moving whole path. Okay, so sometimes when you create some paths, okay, so you want to move your path around your document, so this is very helpful, right? And this is a direct selection tool, the same shortcut A, but must press shift and A, that inside direct selection tool will select, right? So direct selection tool, what direct selection tool can do? Selects and adjust points and segments in a path or shape. See, select this one. These are the points, anchor points. By anchor points wise, individual points we are selecting. Okay, and after selecting those individual points at curve areas, they are displaying the anchor points, and with anchor points your handles are attached, right? With handles you can move as you way, as you like, right? So that is, and even between anchor points, this is the segment, the portions of, okay, path. So here to here, anchor point, so, and this is the segment. Even with the direct selection tool, with the segment wise, between these anchor points, this is the segment wise you can select, right? So these are very useful when you want to edit your paths and shapes, right? Okay, remove this one. Okay, come to this one, this text tool I'll explain after this one. Okay, come to a rectangle tool. Inside we have a rectangle tool, ellipse tool, triangle tool, polygon tool, line tool, and custom shape tool. So these are what, by seeing these the shape, particular shape, it's very easy to understand. Easily we can create rectangles. The same way we can create ellipses, oval shapes, circles, and triangles also we can create. In the previous old versions there was no triangle tool. In the latest version they added the triangle tool, the polygon tool, line tool, and custom shape tool, right? Let us check one by one. Suppose create a rectangle tool. Using rectangle tool, draws rectangles simply by pressing that one. See here, you can check the path even. So there are shape, path, and pixels are there. So these are only if you are planning to create paths only, you can use paths, otherwise some shapes, right? And these are the pixels, right? So I'll keep this in shape. Okay, so create one rectangle by horizontally I'm stretching this one, so it's creating horizontal rectangle. Otherwise vertically you stretch with the left mouse, it is creating vertical rectangles. And by pressing shift and drag, so it is exact square shapes creating, right? Square shapes without shift, rectangles with shift, exact squares, right? Okay. After this, after releasing your left mouse, there are inside these are called widgets. So this with that, what we do, we can utilize these points and move inside, or otherwise outside, right? So widgets added here, actually it is coming from Adobe Illustrator. Previously it was not there, so widgets are added from the Adobe Illustrator, right? So with these points you can drag this one, okay, and push back accordingly. It is moving. If you check the properties here, the right side properties are there, some values here adding. See here, some values are adding, right? So there is a link, chain link. If you disconnect this one and move this one, okay, suppose disconnect this and move only one side, it is moving, but here you have to dragging manually, it applies. So here, so first of all disconnect this one, deselect, again I will do this, yeah, now see this one, by dragging this pixels, this left top pixels, it is giving only left top portion, or otherwise by dragging the right side it is only giving this portion, right? So sometimes we can create some shapes, curves, patterns and some designs, right? By using this it is very easy to create anything, right? Okay, so then I'll delete this one and again I'll create the shortcut is U, right? By pressing U and using shift, okay, yeah, and after that suppose you are moving these points, widgets, it is giving some curviness, right? Here some points are there, set radius rounded corners, suppose give some radius rounded corners, by giving this something 40 and give enter, okay. So radius of points, so it is set radius of rounded corners. The corners means when you create the lines, straight lines and all, so it can create the rounded corners, right? It is because it is already rounded, so we cannot observe that one, right? Okay, and this here there are all information, the right side in properties it is showing already. Here it is transform, width and height. Suppose if you add some color here, okay, added some color, and suppose by pressing some number here, suppose here I am adding 800 and enter this one. See, this is what extending some portion, width and height also you can extend by giving this 200. See, it is like the same way here it is, this is what 600 and it is moving upwards and downwards, right? So suppose this 100 10, see, moving upwards and downwards, right? Okay, keep this here, and the same thing here, the fill and outline is showing here, and here the thickness and the dotted lines. If you want, this is in dotted lines, so you can keep this here, dash lines, not dotted, this is dash lines, and here it is dotted lines, right? And these are the values, because already caps and everything is, it is in rounds, right? If it is a straight line, so it can show those. Okay, convert this into normal line. Okay, okay, and now this is width and height, so 800 and 200 here already it is showing, okay, and here it is new layer combine shapes and all. So that I'll explain. We want two shapes at least, not single. So by merging all these things, by combining, we create all these things. Okay. So and this is what alignment. So if you have more than 2-3 shapes, suppose here I'll create one more. By pressing Alt and keyboard, I'm dragging with the left mouse. I'm using Alt and keyboard, I'm dragging that, right? So these are all. By selecting all these things, so this will display. This is what align horizontal. So it is horizontally aligned, and here it is what distributed vertically. Vertically it is distributed, right? This is nice, right? So when you create something, any design, so you can align all these things, right? Very helpful. Okay, next come to here. Yeah, this is, and next here it is bring shape to forward and backward. So if you are aligning over on that, suppose one is on down, one is on above, so by using all these things, it is bringing to front, right, and send to shape backward, and suppose if you use this one, this is, change the color here, change this color, sorry, here it is shape, you can use this here. Okay, so after that, by selecting these two, you can merge these things, right? So suppose it is in rectangle tool, and suppose right click here, see this is a 1 and this is 1. By selecting these two, right, two layers, and right click on this, here you can use unite shapes. See, you are united these two shapes, right, nicely united, so became one. Control Z, and suppose here again select these two, right click, right click here and subtract a front shape. It is subtracting front shape, right, and Control Z, and again select these two and right click here, and I'm using unite shape set overlap. See, it is overlapped shape set, right, unite shape set overlap. So Control Z, and this is, and right click here, here unite shape set overlap, again it's already used, subtract shape set overlap. See, it is subtracted. Okay, so in this way we combine shapes and subtract. Okay, so unite shape, subtract front shape, unite shape set overlap, subtract shape set overlap. So these are the things we create, right? I'll delete all these things. Okay, next ellipse tool. So ellipse tool is what? Creating the ellipses. So ellipses means, see, these are oval shapes. Oval shape I am creating by stretching horizontally, horizontal oval shape, and vertically, vertical oval shape, and by pressing shift, so you are creating exact a circle, right? The same way you can use colors here, fill colors, and change the outline also, and you can use gradient colors also, right? So these are the gradient colors. Okay, and instead of linear we use radial. Okay, so radial colors also we can use here. Okay, and the same values previously how we used all these things, the same way we can use all these things. Okay, and the next is triangle tool. So we can create the triangles. Okay, so how to create triangles? By pressing the triangle tool, simply we create the triangle, right? So by using the shift, exact triangles we create, and we can change colors whatever you want. You fill the colors. Okay, and the same like the previously how we used all these things, removing all the lines, outlines and colors we can use. Okay. Okay, then what we do, the next is polygon shape, right? Polygon shape. So we are creating the polygons. Suppose by stretching horizontally a stretched polygon, it is vertical polygon. By giving the exact shape, if you want exact polygon shape, so we use shift. Okay, by pressing the shift, exact polygons we are creating, right? And here the numbers are there. You can change the number 8 instead of 5 number. So with 8, yes, here we are using 8 set number of sides. Okay, so this is what polygon shapes. To create only polygon shapes we are using, right? Next one is line tool. So line tool, with line tool, simply what we do, we create lines. This is by pressing shift, we are creating horizontal lines or vertical lines, right? Here we have to use shift, otherwise it is giving some lines, in particular some different some degrees values, right? So here it is. Okay, by using shift we are creating exact straight lines. Okay, now I'm deleting all these things. And next we're using the custom shape tool. The custom shape tool, the same shortcut, here also the same shortcut U. So custom shape tool, if you press on the custom shape tool, if you observe here in options bar, they are showing some shapes. Here in default Adobe Photoshop is giving some custom shapes, some animal shapes. So these are leaves, trees, these are all, right? It's giving. And here it is boats, different boats are there, and here flowers are there. You can choose anything. So yeah, I'll get this one. Okay, and by using the shift, I'm creating a flower. So this is the color in default. I'm using this, or otherwise you can change any color. So right here I use this color, right? Suppose this is, yeah, this is the color, looking nice. Okay, and change the outlines also. If you want, you can change the outline, because in this case I'm not using any outline, removing the outline. Okay. Okay, so see, these are the points. By using the direct selection tool, click all the points. Here they are showing points. This is what with pen tool, how you create and draw these points, anchor points. The same way, these are the custom shape drawing contains some points, anchor points, right? So we also create some shapes by using pen tool, right? Yeah, and you can edit even. So by using this direct selection tool, select these points and drag this one. See, it is operation will turn a live shape into a regular path. Okay, continue. See, here you can edit your shapes, right? So what right now I'm not editing anything, so it's looking good. Okay, yeah, this is custom shape tool, right? So in custom shapes, only these shapes only they are giving, right? So because they are giving that pen tool, and these are the drawing shape tools are giving. If you want more shapes, more designs, right? As an artist designer, yourself you have to create, right? So that's why in whole Photoshop, with pen tool, using pen tool and using this custom shape tool are very, very important to practice, and then only we'll understand, right? Get control of the pen tool and shape tool, right? Next, I'll explain about text tool. Okay.